Okay, so next we have the amazingly talented journalist, also from the Gray Zone, Anya Parampil.
Thanks, Misty, and thank you, Misty, just for coming all the way here. She just drove. She's driving back because she's so committed to the cause. Round of applause for Misty. And everyone else that's here, too, thank you so much. I think as a journalist, this is the most important cause, singularly, that I can work on or stand for, and that is to free Julian Assange, protect whistleblowers, and make sure that the ability for all of us to continue to challenge these powers in Washington, we're standing among them right here in the belly of the beast. And Julian, as Max said, stood here just down the block and revealed the massive crimes of the United States just 10 years ago. And to think that at that time, I remember he was celebrated by the media. The New York Times was working with him to publish the leaks because what he had contributed was rightly recognized as a treasure trove to any journalist. And now to see them standing silent in silence and refusing to speak out for his case is really a shame. And I don't want to repeat myself, even though I've spoken at several of these events before. I just wanted to emphasize the power that Julian Assange and the influence he even had on me as a reporter. I remember when the State Department leaks first came out, there was a ton of information in there about how the government of Ben Ali in Tunisia was corrupt, and it was revealing a lot of crimes that the Tunisian people, they understood to be true, but they'd never actually seen the State Department cables boasting openly about the crimes of that government. And within weeks, there was an uprising, an actual revolution which overturned the old rule, and it was dubbed in media as the first WikiLeaks revolution. And that was something that really taught me the power of information. Why, if you're someone who wants to see a change in your own society, such as the United States, such as Washington, D.C., where I walk down the streets, and every week it seems as though the tents multiply of the homeless, living across the street from the State Department, the greatest symbol of U.S. imperialism in, I think, the entire country in the world, and then you have people actually living in tents across the street from it. How more clearly can you see the fact that the people of this country are sacrificed in order to uphold the military, uphold the empire, and to perpetuate the crimes that Julian himself was exposing? And that is the only thing Julian ever did wrong in the eyes of these people, because they know that if people here woke up, their power and their hold on power would be very, very limited. So finally, I just wanted to emphasize again that the reason that the judge, Barretzer, did not extradite Assange to the United States is because she was concerned that he would actually be tortured here. Max mentioned the event at the National Press Club yesterday. A few years ago, I was also in that room, again with Dr. Cornel West, because he was here to deliver a letter to the Obama White House asking for them to release Jeffrey Sterling, another casualty of the Obama-era prosecution of whistleblowers and leakers. And Jeffrey Sterling was actually someone who had suffered from a heart condition, and he was denied medical treatment while in prison. I remember interviewing his wife. She would be tearing up. She was actually concerned for his life. And this is exactly what will happen to Julian Assange if he is brought to the United States. Belmarsh is one thing. The United States, their goal is to get him here. And you hear the fear in Stella Morris's voice and the family of Assange when they rightfully bring up the case of even John McAfee just a few weeks ago, who died in his cell. Either he committed suicide, and it was because he was going to be extradited to the United States. And anyone who sees that as their future sees that their future is gone. And so that's why Stella Morris said we have to speak out to make sure that doesn't happen to Julian. and that they do want him dead. I mean, that is what his father said yesterday at this event. It's very real, the threat of against Julian's life if he is brought to the United States. So that's why we're going to continue to come out here and demand that he's not extradited and that he is free. Viva la información.